Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. Today is a great day, you guys, because it's my husband's birthday. I love celebrating his birthday. He's so funny because he just loves to take it. And he was like, what are we doing for my birthday? He's so cute. So anyway, we made reservations tonight a long time ago, and I was so happy that the dates sort of aligned, that we could make reservations at Alinea, which is like a world-renowned restaurant that is in Chicago. They are celebrating their anniversary, and I can't remember if it's their 20th or 25th anniversary, but they're celebrating a big anniversary. And so this restaurant basically has traveled, I think just the States, maybe the world, doing pop-ups. So Las Vegas, I believe, is their last stop, and they will be here for 6 weeks. And months ago, when reservations opened up, I was like on there right when they opened up, and I noticed that they were gonna be here over his birthday, and I got so excited. So that's where we're going tonight. That's what I'm getting ready for. I just showered. We're gonna do my skincare, and I'll show you my outfit that I'm gonna be wearing. Nothing terribly fancy. It's gonna be a really big dinner. It's one of those crazy, like, chef's tasting menu dinners. I don't know how many courses there are. I have no idea, but I don't know if you guys have seen this restaurant, probably on Instagram somewhere. It's very Instagrammable. But for, I believe, dessert, they have a balloon and the whole thing is edible. I don't know what the flavor is. I don't know the situation, but you will probably have seen that on Instagram and people like going in and eating it. This is the place. So Elinia from Chicago, they're popping up at the Bellagio here. I believe at the Michael Mina restaurant, which I don't know if they're related in any way, but the Michael Mina restaurant is right behind the conservatory, or next to the conservatory. I guess it depends which way you're walking in, but right next to the conservatory in Bellagio. So we're gonna try and get to the Bellagio a little bit on the earlier side. We don't want to be late for our seating. We have no idea how traffic is, and we want to take a look at the conservatory. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready. I just, like I said, I just showered. I'm gonna do my skincare. I am working with Mimua again, and I'm using their Volume Up skincare line. And they've got an essence, they've got a serum, they've got an oil, and they've got a cream. So I'm gonna be using all of these today. And the two standout, or call out ingredients, I should say, that's part of all of these products in their Volume Up line is volufiline and beta-glucan. And volufiline acts as a messenger that signals the skin to create and thicken fat cells, which is how it plumps the skin from the inside out. It's actually known to be 20% more hydrating than hyaluronic acid. And as you guys know, I have very, very dry skin, so beta-glucan is my friend. It also doesn't have any known side effects, so it's really, really great for people with sensitive skin, rosacea, eczema. I have very, very sensitive skin, which is eczema prone. So beta-glucan, great, great hydrating ingredient. So I'm gonna start with the toning essence. It's a biphasal, so you wanna shake it up for sure. And you'll see here on the bottle, it says that it has 1% volufiline and 5% beta-glucan. So this has a very typical essence texture. I'm not gonna hold up my hand because it is quite watery. So you just wanna basically splash it onto your skin. It feels great. It's very cooling, it's very refreshing feeling. So I love using this as a first step. It's a great kind of skin prep for the rest of your skincare. And then I'm gonna go in with the serum. So this is the Volume Up Time Block Serum. And this serum has 5% volufiline and 40% beta-glucan. So I love this serum because it has a really nice, on the thinner side, really silky texture. So it just works really well over the essence. I feel like it absorbs very, very quickly. They really work well together. I think all the products in this line work really, really well together. And I like using these as part of my daytime routine because they are on the thinner side, they absorb quickly. And so when I get to the part, when I have to put SPF on and then I do my makeup, I don't feel like I've got all of the skincare on that's interfering with everything. So next I'm gonna go in with the Volume Up oil, which is 100% volufiline. So I just press that into the skin. I don't even need a lot of this. I feel like half of a pipette is enough. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go in with the cream. And this has 5% volufiline, 20% beta-glucan, and it also has 6 peptides in here. This cream has a really nice, like pudding-like texture. So again, it just goes on real smooth, absorbs fairly quickly. The cream obviously is a little denser, a little thicker than the rest of the products, but it just feels great. So I just love this volume up line. I love the 4 products that are in this line. I think they work really, really well together. I love using them as like my daytime skincare routine. I think it's really great for sensitive skin. There's no fragrance to anything, which you guys know I'm very sensitive to fragrance. So I love that there's no fragrance to anything. Great for maturing skin for sure. So I'm gonna leave a link down below in my description box. If you're interested in purchasing any of these products from Mamua, they are very, very affordable too, which is fantastic. So yeah, I'll leave a link down below in my description box. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue getting ready for dinner. I'm so excited, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, here is my outfit. My hair looks a little weird. I curled it. And sometimes it takes, whatever. Anyway, I was gonna say sometimes it takes like a day for it to like settle down, but all right, let's talk about my outfit. So I've got my TWP cropped shirt on. I have it with my Loewe skirt, which has an elastic waist. Very important when you're going out for a big meal. My Prada, this long jacket that I got, gosh, like a couple years, oh no, early last year, so more than a year ago. And then I've got my Chanel Boy wallet on chain. And can you guys see my shoes? These are probably one of the best outlet finds ever. So these are mules from Loewe. I don't even know how old these are, like what season they came out in, probably 3 or 4 years ago at this point. But look, they have got crystals on top. They've got this leather cuff basically for your foot. They're so comfortable. Anyway, I feel like they go with everything too. So that is my outfit. Oh, I'm forgetting my jewelry. I'm like, why do I look so plain? I'm gonna throw my jewelry on, gonna meet my husband downstairs, and then we're gonna head to the Strip. I'm so excited for this meal. Hello, good morning. Good morning. I am a little bit early to my nail appointment that I have today, and I thought I would catch up with you and talk about dinner last night. OMG, that was what an experience. What an absolute once in a lifetime experience. I'll give you the highlights because there were 12 courses and I'm not going to talk through all of them. But the very first one, there was that postcard, the Chicago postcard with the hot dog on it. They gave us that postcard first and we were like, okay, great. You know, like a little souvenir, awesome. But the first course, it comes out and it looks like this little teeny tiny jelly cube. We're like, oh. And it has these dots on it. There's a red dot, a yellow dot, a green dot. I'm like, oh. And they said, okay, hard to believe, but that is our version of a Chicago hot dog. And we were like, okay. And they're like, just pick it up. They gave it, they served it on a little glass dish. Pick it up and just in one bite, take down the whole thing. So, which wasn't hard. It was very, very small. The fact that that little jelly cube tasted just like a Chicago hot dog, which I know sounds gross, but it was so delightful. It was so delightful. It was like the essence of a hot dog with the works, with the ketchup and the mustard and the relish. And it was really it was so incredible because it's so surprising. And nothing like anything I had ever eaten before. So that was absolutely incredible. And then, we got a bunch of small plates after that, a lot of seafood, some caviar. And then there was the quote unquote fear factor course. So we got up from our tables. They walked us to a back room. And when they asked us to follow them, I thought, oh, we're going to get like maybe a quick tour of some kitchen. It's a pop-up, so I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't going to be like their kitchen, but maybe some workstations or how they prep food, something, equipment that they use. No, it was this room that was brightly but colorfully lit, and there were a bunch of these very tall glass cylinders and filled with like a smokiness so you couldn't see inside. And so they made us a drink first. The drink was supposed to be, enjoyed with the course, the food. And they made the drinks. We got the drinks. And so on top of each cylinder, it was covered with a piece of paper. So you were supposed to punch your hand through that paper and like not dig in, but like move your hand down through the cylinder and search for whatever the food was. And so you couldn't see at all. I mean, I don't know what kind of smoke they used, but it was so dense. Like even when we punched through and we put our arm in, it wasn't like all the smoke escaped. It was really very still it was super cool. So until we pulled it out, and it was scallop tempura on a stick. Until we pulled it out, we had no idea what it was. So, I mean, it was great. The scallop tempura was absolutely delicious. It was wonderful. It was probably the most tender scallop I ever had. And in fact, they said scallop tempura, right? And then when we got back to the table, I was like, I don't think that was scallop. I'm like, that couldn't have been scallop. It was just too soft. It was too delicate tasting. And so I asked the waiter when he came back, I said, what was that when we had, in the back room? And he said, oh, it was scallop. And I was like, oh, okay. I couldn't believe it. It was incredible. It was really incredible. So that was really cool. And then of course there's the dessert course, which I think is all over social media, which if you know anything about Alinea, this is probably what you know of Alinea. Where they roll out basically like a rubber tablecloth. And then the pastry chef, I won't assume that it was a pastry chef, but a chef comes out and just does this artwork basically with ingredients on the table. And then you're supposed to eat that. And then they came out with these balloons, and the balloons filled with helium. and the entire balloon, including the string, was edible. And I didn't actually get a video of me eating it or my husband eating it or anything because we wanted to do it at the same time. So there was no way I could, and he wasn't doing it for me, whatever. So I was like, let's just enjoy it. And it tasted like sour apple. I mean, it was so cool. And the string was like apple leather. So it was like fruit jerky, basically. It was really, really sticky, but it was so cool. So cool. And I actually was able to just pierce the balloon a little bit so I could suck some of the helium out. And I did sing happy birthday to my husband with a helium voice. He was like, you're ridiculous. He struggled a little bit. Like some of it got onto his face and it's really sticky. So he had some like on his nose, which we had to take like a little towel and wash it off. But oh my God, it was 12 courses. We were there for 3.5 hours. We didn't even do the wine pairing. We just drank water. We were in and out of there definitely faster than a lot of the other tables because most people were doing the wine pairing or doing some sort of drinks, and the wait staff was incredible. Every time they would serve you something, they explained it to you or whatever. So I know that like dragged out their dinners a little bit longer, but I mean, I don't drink, so not a big deal. But my husband didn't even do it because he's like, I can't. There's like too much food, and if I start drinking with all this food, he's like, I think I'll just be sick. So, yeah, so we just stuck with the food, and yeah, and we were fast, I would say, compared to the other diners, and it was 3.5 hours, but it was so good. Now, I will say, do I need to do that kind of dining often? Absolutely not. I could probably wait another few years to do something like that. It's so intense. It's so much food, even though everything was teeny tiny, as you could see from the footage. Everything was teeny tiny, but it was so flavorful and, you know, very rich and just delectable. Everything was so good. So good. So anyway, so I'm getting my nails done, and I thought about making a hair appointment because my roots are growing in, but it hasn't even been a month yet, and I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna have to suck it up. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it until at least a month is up. So I made a hair appointment for next week, which will just be like a month and a couple days. So yeah, I'll be doing my roots and maybe getting a little bit more of my back bleached out a little bit. So that's it. Oh, I see my nail tech here. Sam's here. My nail tech has arrived, so I should probably get in. Or let me give her a few minutes to like settle in. I don't want to be breathing down her neck. Okay, so getting nails done, and then I'm meeting my husband for lunch. So every time I get my nails done, my cleaning crew comes to the house. So we don't have to, but I like to vacate the house so we're not there. And they're usually there until like lunchtime, and my nail appointment is fairly early. So I'm going to meet my husband at Earth Cafe at the Uncommons, which is on Durango and Badura. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to meet there, and then, exciting, we're going to be going to the new Costco. It's not even that new anymore. I think it opened up maybe last fall, I think. Anyway, it's the newest Costco, and it's right by Durango and the Uncommons. So we're going to check out the new Costco. I know like the Costco back in New York definitely carries different things than the Costco here, right? That makes sense. But I remember we went to a Costco way far away from us. Where was it? I think it was in Summerlin. So like northwest of us. And they had different stuff. And we were like, why do they have different stuff? So anyway, we thought, let's go to this Buffalo one. Let's check it out. Let's see what they have. Maybe they have different stuff. So we're going to do that. And hopefully that will take us to about when our cleaning crew will be vacating. And then I gotta film some sit-down video for you guys. I have some, I don't know, it's like sometimes I feel like I have a ton of video ideas. They just come, they come. I have to write them down. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to forget these. And then some days, or some months, I should say, some stretches as long as a few months will go by where I'm like, I don't know what to do. Is there a new release? Should I go to Sephora? Should I check out the new section on Nordstrom? Like, I run out of ideas, but I don't know, over the past couple of weeks, I've come up with some good ideas, and I've hoarded them because there have been some good content for me to make because of the Sephora sale, which already feels like old news, but the Sephora sale, and just some other stuff. Anyway, I'm just yammering, but I should do that this afternoon, is just do some sit-down videos for you guys. But that's it. The weather here, sorry, boring weather update, continues to be fascinatingly, unseasonably cool. So it's only getting up to like 70 today. I'm taking it. I'm just thrilled, absolutely thrilled. Okay, let's go get my nails done. Okay, I am over at the Uncommons. I just parked on the street here, so I'm walking over to Earth Cafe, and I just love it here. It's so nice. It doesn't, this is gonna sound bad, but it doesn't feel like you're in Vegas. It doesn't feel like you're in Vegas. It feels like you're in either like Scottsdale or like Century City or something. Friends. So after I met my husband and we had that late breakfast after I got my nails done, we stopped by the Costco, and you know what I found there that they do not have at mine is organic broccoli. It's a smaller bag too, which works better for us because we usually get the big ass bag of broccoli at our location, which is not organic, but I'm like, it's fine, we'll just get that. It's so big, it's not even organic, and we have to just like, whatever. Anyway, this just worked out so much better. Smaller bag, organic. I was so excited. Now this Costco, it's definitely further away from us than the one that we normally go to. But we may go to this one more. It was, I think maybe it felt a little bit smaller. I'm not sure. But like our Costco, for some reason, it is packed all the time. We usually go right before they close. That seems to be when it starts to thin out a little bit, like at 8 p.m. because I think they close at like 8:15 or 8:20 or something weird. But this Costco, maybe because it's new, it was like not that busy. And what time did we end up going? Probably like right before noon. Anyway, it was a great Costco trip. These are the things that excite me now, okay? These are the things. Organic broccoli. I've had a very interesting afternoon. I may be going on a trip next week. It is a brand trip. I can talk more about it later. It's not like 100% yet because it's such short notice. I don't know why they do that, but it's such short notice and they're trying to make the travel arrangements now, but I need to come back. So it's like next Tuesday to Thursday. And I need to be back here Thursday, like not too late in the day. And I don't know like the flight situation or whatever, because I have friends coming on Thursday to stay. Now, my husband can hold down the fort, right? If they get here a little bit early or whatever, because they're flying in, but they're renting a car. Anyway, too much detail, but I need to be back at a decent at a decently kind of like early hour on Thursday. And if there's no flight that can get me back, you know, kind of on the early side, I don't think I should go, because I think that's rude. I mean, I've guests coming, so we'll see, But there's a very good chance I'm going away next week, and like I've told you guys before, I'm really trying to travel less this year, and it's been great. It's been really nice. I feel like I'm making a little bit of headway at home, just being able to like clean up some stuff. I haven't even really shown you guys because it's kind of boring, but you know, just like cleaning out the pantry, cleaning out some stuff in the garage, you know, going through my closet, not like a deep dive or whatever, which I would absolutely vlog with you guys, but just like stuff where I'm like, why am I holding on to this, you know, and like donating it or whatever. So it has felt really good being at home, because it's like the little stuff that you can't get to when you're just like in and out and basically using your home as like a hotel. So it's been really, really nice. But, you know, a 2-night, 3-day trip next week, it's not going to kill me. So I thought, let me just take the opportunity and go and say yes and go. So we'll see. We'll see if it pans out. If it does, obviously, I will share that with you guys. But that's been my afternoon. I filmed a video. I edited some of it. I'm actually prepping to go live. And by the time you see this, I will maybe have gone live already. But I'm going live with my podcast co-host, Sarah, tomorrow morning. And we've never gone live before. So we're trying to figure out, we want to have like segments. We don't want to just wing it, because I'm like, that's not going to be fun for everyone. And we also don't want to be live for too long, because it's the middle of the week. You know, we're hoping maybe we'll catch some people either before work or during lunch, you know, kind of depending on the time zones, because she's East Coast. And then Thursday, I am going live with All Feisty and Sophia Sees Beauty, and we are going to be roasting. And let me tell you, I'm going to be roasting the Devil Wears Prada 2 costumes. So the outfits that they're wearing actually in the movies, not like what you've probably have seen like at the premieres and stuff. That I would not actually quote unquote roast. So far, everyone has looked absolutely gorgeous. But these sort of like random preview pics that we were able to find online, I don't know. I'm not impressed. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm definitely going to go see that movie. So we'll see. We'll see how the costuming is for the entire movie. Oh my God! Speaking of movies, you guys, do you know what the highlight of my week is? I got tickets to go see in the theaters Silence of the Lambs. You guys, do you know this about me? It is one of my all-time favorite movies. I love Hannibal Lecter. I love him. I love the scene with Buffalo Bill. And it is the Silence of the Lambs 35th anniversary. When it first came out, I saw it in the theaters. So I have to see it in the theaters again. I am so excited, so excited. My husband and I are going tomorrow evening, and I can't wait. I'm very, very excited. And I wonder if there's like a director's cut. I don't even know. I bought the tickets so fast when I saw it. I was like, I don't care. It could be the same exact version that we've all seen 1,000 times. So that is going on tomorrow evening. I can't wait. And I'm sitting here yapping because I'm waiting to go pick up Butters at school. So like I was mentioning this morning, we had the cleaning crew here. And so we like to take the opportunity and take Butters to school. It lets her like run it out. She's very energetic. So it lets her like run it out, burn off some energy, has fun. And I usually like to pick her up at like 6:30 because they close at 7. And it gives her enough time to not only eat dinner, but do her post-dinner poop. And I like for that to happen before I go pick her up because, yeah, once I pick her up and bring her home, then she's like kind of thrown and she doesn't always poop when I bring her home, whatever. Anyway, doggy problems. So I'm waiting until about 6 o'clock to leave to go get her. But I miss her. The house is so quiet when she's not here. Miss my little baby. And it's funny, when she was a puppy, we used to take her 3 times a week because she had so much energy. I mean, she's a good dog, right? She didn't have that like frustration chewing or anything like that. She just loves to play. She just wants a toy. She just wants to chew on her toy. She just wants you to throw it. She's just such a good girl, but really had a lot of energy. Like, you could throw that toy for her for hours, hours, until her paws were bloody. And now we take her once a week, and it's great. It's great. I know I've mentioned this before, but she's gotten older. And it's like so sweet to watch, but it makes me so sad at the same time. But this is the good years. This is when, like, she doesn't have that puppy energy anymore. She's an adult, you know, she's trained, she's fully integrated into the family, but she's not sick yet. So these are the good years. I have to keep reminding myself that these are the good years, that I really have to appreciate these years. I really learned that lesson with my old dog, my pug, she had a lot of nervous energy. She was such a New York City dog, high anxiety, really just like neurotic, a really neurotic dog. And she had like a couple of really good years where she wasn't so puppy, like she calmed down a little bit, but it was before she had all of her later in life illnesses. And looking back, I remember when she passed, I looked back, she was like between 7 and 9. Those were the good years. And I remember telling myself, if I ever get another dog, to really appreciate those years. So I'm remembering my words, and I'm really appreciating these years with Butters. Just these healthy adult years. But speaking of Butters, I got a PR package for Butters. It's from this company called Dogistry. And they sent over a couple harnesses and a lead. Look at how cute this is. Those little hearts. Isn't that so cute? Can you guys see the brand Dogistry? Is there another, maybe a better label? Because that one is dark. Oh wait, here. Dogistry. How cute. And this one is hearts. And they sent over large. I was looking at their site. I was like, Butters is not large, but they have like things, I think basically for like teacup. So their small was like teeny tiny. So I'm like, okay, Butters baby is large. So we'll have to try it on her. And then they also sent over this one. It's black with stars, and that's the matching lead. How cute is this? Oh, how cute is this? So here's the lead. It has a little bit of a stretchy part here, and then, oh, I love when they do this. The little handle actually opens up. This, now that I'm saying that, I don't have much use for it these days, but in New York, it was amazing. Like if you had to tie your dog up just really quickly, I didn't like to do that, but if I had to like run in and grab something really quickly and I was out and about with my previous dog, this was great because you could just like do this really quickly around something instead of like having to undo them or whatever. Yeah, this was really, really great. Anyway, oh, thank you so much, Dogistry. We'll have to do a little doggy fashion show later. And I ordered more art supplies and they came in. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys. So I posted these on Instagram, but I have not vlogged them yet. So for my YouTube family, you guys did not see what I did in my drawing class last weekend. And okay, one thing at a time, Michelle. So I ended up ordering, what did I end up ordering? I ended up ordering some white charcoal. Did I show you guys this? I got some white charcoal because that's what we were doing in last week's class. And some Vine charcoal. I think I did show you what I got. Yeah, because that was last week. Some Vine charcoal. And we started sketching on gray paper. So gray tone paper. So I got some gray tone paper. I messed up though. I got the paper that's really, really thick. And I'm just sketching, so I did not need such like thick quality paper, but it's fine, it's fine. I know not to do it again. Okay, so we not only started drawing on gray paper, but we started doing the 3/4 view. So in the second class, we did the straight on view, and then we did a profile. So the 3/4 view, you know, it could be, I don't know, you could say it's like a little bit more difficult because it's like the perspective and everything of like the front eye and the back eye and like how much you see. It can be a little bit tricky, but I think any portrait drawing is tricky because even head on, you know, you still have to deal with like the depth of the face and the ears and just like proportion and whatever. It's all kind of the same because if you just draw what your eye sees, That's it. That's all you have to do. It's all the translation that your brain does that you kind of have to undo when you're drawing. So anyway, I did Daniel Craig first. So here's Daniel Craig. So handsome. And I definitely have to work on my shading. I'm really, really out of practice. I have too much like white there. I didn't use enough of the gray paper. The gray in the paper should be part of like the toning that you're doing between the white and the black. So I just have too much like white and then black. I didn't really use enough of the paper. Anyway, that's my Daniel Craig. I don't think he really looks like Daniel Craig. I feel like, I don't know. I made his eyes too close together. So I'm like, I feel like he looks like Channing Tatum. Yeah, right? His eyes are too close. For sure. Yeah, if I just move this eye out a little bit, yeah, it would look a little bit better. Anyway, I'm just glad that they look like human beings at this point. And then we had to do a face in the other direction. And then if we did a male, we were supposed to do a female. So this was an option. This is a Da Vinci drawing. So doing a drawing from a drawing is nice, especially one that's like shade, it's black and white, it's in charcoal or graphite. I think it's in charcoal. So that was, I guess, easier because your brain has to do less untranslating, but yeah, this is my girl. This is my girl. Although I feel like here we have a beautiful angel and here we have maybe like a hospital patient. I don't know. I should have done more with her hair. I think it's the fact that, I don't know. He doesn't have anything up there, but maybe it's because I filled it in with the white. Yeah, I think I did too much white because then it just looks like very alien. Anyway, there's my Da Vinci. Let's just focus on her face. There's the Da Vinci angel. So those were the two drawings I did in last week's class. And then next week, she usually tells us what we're going to be doing. I can't remember what we're doing next week. I think we're continuing with the charcoal. Oh, are we maybe we're doing color? I'm not sure. I am not good with color. Although I have said that I'm better at shading, but from those two, I'm not very good at shading either. So I don't know. I just need to practice more. I'm going to try and practice during the week a little bit. But, you know, drawing takes time. It's just like any kind of like art or craft. It just takes time. It's not like you can just sit down and do like a half hour. You're not gonna, I mean, maybe you could, but you're not gonna get much out of it. Like you really have to sit down and kind of like dig in. And, oh, did I show you guys this? This was a book that my art teacher recommended, and I had never seen this before. So I got it used. I think it was just like $10 or something, but it has all of these black and white drawings, just different angles, the different detailing. I mean, they look so scary, but basically it's just like explaining, you know, that this is what this looks like without eyelids, basically. But yeah, isn't that cool? The lips, and then eyelids and stuff, and then babies, you know, different textures, and then hair. Oh God, hair is so difficult. Yeah, maybe I'll just draw one of the drawings in here. I think that'll probably be some good exercise, some good practice. So this is drawing the human head, Burn Hogarth. So it's right at this witching hour where all of this sunlight is coming in through my sliding doors, and then I've got these big windows right by my kitchen table, and that's when it just sort of like the sun in the summertime, it comes down and it just comes right through. And for a good long time, maybe like an hour, it's like almost unbearable to be here in the kitchen, which is where we spend, I would say, most of our time. So I think my next big project, because my office renovation, which I've mentioned before, but I'm just gonna do one vlog for that, it's not happening probably until like the end of the summer, early fall, because he's so booked up, which is fine. It's totally fine. But I'm like, I do want to like get stuff done in the house. So I think what I'm gonna do is get 4 window treatments. This one, this window, and then this window, and then this one here, just so they all have the same fabric and they're all from the same like fabric lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And these windows, like the one down there by the sliding door and then this big one by the kitchen table, they're huge. So I'm a little bit terrified at how much it's gonna cost, but it has to be done. And I think I'm just gonna do like basic Roman shades. I don't think I need the motorized or anything. Nothing terribly fancy, but I do want, I don't think I need like blackout, but I want like a little bit of blacking out, maybe like 80 to 90%, just because it's so blinding, so blinding. And I remember last summer thinking about it, I'm like, I gotta get it before next summer hits, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it, because once the winter comes, the sun the earth shifts, but you know what I'm saying, the sunlight comes in at a different angle, and it's not so bad. It's not bad in the wintertime. It's just in the summer, like it just started like a few weeks ago, just coming in. Oh, God. It's so annoying. So anyway, that I think I need to take care of. I was gonna go with, wow, I'm really chatty today, sorry. So I was gonna go with the shade store, because I did the shade store upstairs. Where did I do shade store? Sorry, upstairs in the second guest room for those French doors. I got like basically 2 drapes, and they were great. They were great. I would say they were definitely on the expensive side, but they were so great, very efficient. And the guy came in, and the first pair of drapes that they brought in, they were like a little bit too long, and I didn't even mind. But the guy was like, nope, absolutely not. We're gonna replace these. I'll leave these here, I'll replace them, and then when they come in, I'll swap them out so that you won't be without drapes, window coverings any longer. And I said, oh, okay, great. So, yeah, so they were really fantastic. I love the customer service. I love the drapes out there. They're fine, they're beautiful. They're pretty basic though. But who was I talking to? Oh, I was talking to Matthew at the lake house, because you know, they just rebuilt their entire home. And so they've been, you know, getting window treatments and whatever. And they actually had, unfortunately, a bad experience with the shade store where, yeah, they had to get shades replaced, I think like 4 times. And it was kind of a nightmare. Anyway, so they ended up going just straight to like a window treatment place that has Hunter Douglas shades there. And I do like Hunter Douglas shades. I do have 2 sets of Hunter Douglas shades upstairs in the first guest room and then in our bathroom. And they're very, very nice. So I think I may just go to a window furnishings place with Hunter Douglas and just get those blinds, because I think they're fine. I think like the quality is there, and I believe they're less expensive than the shade store. So I think I'm just gonna do that. At least price it out and see what happens.
Okay, one Fuzzy Butters has been picked up. Your little chariot is here. I brought her favorite blankie for our like 3-minute ride home. Are you ready?
On the couch, please. Good girl. It does fit you. Maybe it's a little tight. Maybe it's a little tight. How's that? Look at that. That's a nice fit. I think also we could do it the other way. I think they said it could be worn either way. But I think this way fits you. You look displeased. I know, you're a nudist. I know, you don't like anything on. What are you doing? What you doing?